But the major point I want to make is just to illustrate the strategy. And as the Premier said, the narrative around being the epicenter, we just want to address that quite head on. There's a very deliberate strategy in this province to identify hotspots. This is part of the strategy, is to see where are cases, but not just accept a case where it is. What is the linked cases to that case? What is the linked cases to the cases we find? So it becomes a network of chasing cases. So that strategy over the last 10 days has yielded the increase in tests, but also it's yielded the increase in positive tests, because it's deliberately going down and following the cases. And as the Minister is saying, we now have a day-to-day update of what we call clusters. These are the sources of cases and where cases are linked to one another. We have up to 40 of them now. And we still have cases coming in linked to the known clusters, and then smaller clusters start. And we start following through on the smaller clusters. What happens is that those cases that is linked to these clusters, people live in the specific geographic areas, which makes geographic areas then hotspots. Because people get the case, go back to where they live, and that's the geographic area. So I can report, we also have a functionality, and if you go on the dashboard, you can actually do that. If you play around a little bit with what the functionality we've given, you can check the last 7 days. And then we'll tell you exactly what has happened over the last 7 days. You can play with any timeline on that to see. But what we do is we use the last 7 days. And in the last 7 days, we're tracking how many cases there has been in every sub-district in this province. That gives us an indication. At the moment, I can confirm that in the metro, most of the sub-districts in the metro has had significant cases in the last 7 days. There are some that has more than others. And as Minister Mbongo said, we know that we can trace back the hotspot in the geographic area to the hotspot of where the cases came from, which is mainly your supermarkets, your prisons, where those are.